All right, welcome everybody. Sorry it took so long to appear. My Twitch was not loading whatsoever. I was getting that dreaded something went wrong error. So I was trying to figure out how to fix that in the meantime. All right, and it is time for the dreaded 4 5-star banner. Personally, I hope that this does not do very well for Hoyo because it's hard enough just doing a banner where it's only got 5 stars running and having enough polls for them, let alone having 4 5 stars running all at the same time. But we're gonna do our showcases. We are going to be pulling for Mother as we have her, and we would love an Eidolon for her. This is one of those that I wouldn't, because I already have her, I would not mind losing the 50-50, because we are mostly pulling for our boy Moza. And if anyone was remembering the last set of quest lines we did while we were in Penacony, I wonder if this has anything to do. So do you remember the visuals we got from Acheron, where she's on that planet and that guy is there trying to, which turned out to be one of the Trailblazers, and he's trying to kill off like the mutated souls of his fellow travelers so that they're not stuck in essentially like purgatory. And then we find out at the end that it's one of the Trailblazers that went to Penacony. This gives me those vibes as well, of like those people that are stuck in purgatory. But it could also be something entirely different because it looks like he's being restrained while trying to reach her, Fei Xiao. And so these two probably have a very interesting backstory between each other. But as I said, we will be pulling for Mother, and then hopefully we will get a Moza because he is the only 4-star I currently do not have. But let's start with some trials, see how we do. And if by some act of God, or the Gotcha God specifically, we are able to get Mother, we will pull for Robin because she's adorable. All right, what's your E?
Let's save some
Okay, so she has like a. Oh, she picks everybody up.
time. All together.
And then the more. Oh, wow. So the more people she has in her swirl, the higher the damage when entering battle. That's cool. Man, why is it all the characters that I don't intend to pull for have like the best ease? Like Acheron with their ability to like hit someone
Let's save some
before the battle
time. All together.
and just like kill him outright.
No manners, huh? That won't do. Here you go, Master.
Oh, and she has a great
Never
axe.
hesitate. Too slow.
Time to show you what I can. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this! Nice job!
Oh, let's see.
That's all you got?
The fearless knows not fear. That won't do.
Yeah! Awesome! Stop shooting! Here you go, Master!
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to build up to. All right. So let's see everybody's ults.
Everything is ordained by the stars. Oh, profound secrets of the stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
Nice like a good brew. Full-bodied and sweet. My friends, indulge yourselves.
Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, eating less carbs. Watch this!
I venture forth to hunt. Always soaring. Forever triumphant!
Oh, that's cool. You just keep spamming Q. Okay, that ult is really sick. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Let us do Robin.
Let the show begin. I hear some disharmony. Dangerous thoughts.
I guess we're buffing.
Harmony and unison.
Oh, we're gonna be able to do hers right off the bat, huh? We'll load up everybody's
Dodge this!
attacks
What are you looking
first.
Time for a shot. Nap time. I won't break. Want to see what I can do? May song bring us victory.
Okay, so we don't really need Natasha's because it's just a heal, but let's see.
Tonight, souls shall embrace. Tonight, the stars echo because of me.
Oh,
Take this, shape of Taishu! Rise, Venus! Here comes the medicine. You're the best! Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it. You're the best!
well, I guess we won't get to see Herta's. Also, for those of you who don't know, this is like a full song, so if you're able to listen to the full song, you'll get an achievement.
Dodge this!
Not a step back.
Let me through! You're not going anywhere!
Just give it up.
Resonate all together! Just in time. Just a little something.
Yikes.
Think nothing of it.
I don't think I've ever had my whole
throat
team
is
wiped
feeling
out
much
in a tutorial.
Thank you. My throat is feeling much better. I hope for an end to strife in the world. You're not going anywhere! Nap time.
Stay close.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it. You're the best. Tonight, stars echo.
Here stands the Silvermane Guard.
Want to see what I can do? Take this! Shape of Tiger Rise, Venus! Let me through! You're not going anywhere! Time for a shot. more playing nice. You're not going anywhere. Wanna
Spamming.
nap time? Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Thank you. My throat is feeling much better. You're not going anywhere. Listen to the wanna see what I
I'm like, I'm not dying in a tutorial. That is embarrassing. Okay, Black Swan, who also has an amazing ult. Permanently stackable
Make a
DT.
wish.
Damage over time, by the way.
Make a wish. Yeah.
Everyone's a customer.
What do you want to know?
Ill tidings manifest.
Naughty child.
Oh my gosh, Sampo's on this team.
Destiny isn't chosen.
Ill fate descends.
Time for a shot. That's better. Here we go.
We're just having fun.
What do you want to know?
Okay, so let's see everybody's ult. So we'll start with Natasha,
Just in time. Just a little
which we've
something.
seen, but
Think nothing of it. Here we go. Just a little something.
What are you waiting for?
Think nothing of it.
I swear, did Sampo's voice actor get changed? Because I swear that's not how he sounded when he was first released.
The customer is king. And for me to portray the king, well, you gotta make it worth my while.
Come feast your eyes. It's never too early. For a happy new year.
Memories are ever changing. Beneath the silent waters lies an endless abyss.
That'll take more than nap time. Turn out your pockets.
Oh my gosh, that damage over time is massive.
Naughty child. Forget your wallet?
Much better than our last one. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, Miss Mother Kafka herself. Which, I know what her E is. She does the AoE.
Does that hurt?
Here to crash the party?
Sampo, Serval, and Kafka. Interesting.
Turn it up.
Hey, watch the face. What are you waiting for? The customer is king. And for me to portray the king, well, you gotta make it worth my while.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music. Conquer us all!
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
We're just having fun.
Relax.
Pretty good crowd today.
Let's rock.
More business, eh?
Stand still.
This song's for you.
And then we could always do this trial, but we are not going to. Alright, so, update, because we have already spent quite a bit of time just running all the trial stuff. So, as you all know, I got Jiao Cho. Delighted. We got both his card and himself. We got him, and we got his traces fully leveled up, for those who weren't here last time. I have fully fleshed out Serval, except for her last 3, of course. And then currently I am working on Arlen, so we almost have him fully maxed out to 80. This is his light cone, and I have not even touched his traces, and then we only have these 4. Now, if we get Moza today, I'll be back up to another 5, but I would be excited because, like I said, he's the only 4-star I don't have currently. I have been trying to keep up with that. Simulated Universe. We do have an exciting update for that one. Not as exciting as... I still have not finished difficulty 5 on Propagation. I think I only got to the 2nd boss this time, and which was sad. But we did get the Nihility. The secret Nihility path. Here it is. So we did 20 choices in Nihility. So we got the Nihility monolith. Which means I only have 4 more paths to being able to fully max out this section. Abundance, Remembrance, the Hunt, and Destruction. Which, at this rate, with how difficult Propagation path is being for me, I might need that fully maxed out to finish it. But we'll see. As you can see, it brought it up to an 88. But we are getting close to being able to finish that. Fully. And then we did Divergent Universe. We just did it, the weekly stuff, you know. And I was able to get that next level of Inspiration Circuit. This one. I was able to get started. So we're almost through. I just need to get these 2 pieces, and we can go on to the next level. And of course, we will start with these bigger nodes before moving on. But yeah, so level 16. Not very far, but I only do that once a week anyway. Oh god, I hate those things every time I see them. Also, I'm very curious about something, because the way these guys are set up, the Intellitrons, they are very similar to Dr. Ratio, in my opinion. Like the human body, and then he wears the alabaster head, versus the mechanical head they have, and then the human, mostly human appearance of the body. I'm just curious if that's going to come up. And then also just the fact, I saw someone who stated that they think a theory is that Dr. Ratio is a morning actor, which again is associated with Elation. It's just the Elation people we've seen are the opposite of the morning actors. I can't remember what they're called. So I'm very curious if that's gonna hold any weight, because he is also wearing a mask of sorts with the alabaster head. And then what is currently going on? So you can log in and get those 10 free wishes. I've already done it, so of course it's not in my history anymore. They have released more of the main story, this interlude between the main quest, which is probably what we will be doing today. The War Dance is a like long-term event, one you can do at a later time, and so that is also very exciting. And that's really it for updates there. And then we're gonna start with what we always do, is I can finally do some polls. We're just short here, so sad. So as you can see, I do have 50 pulls. We will not be pulling on Fei Xiao. Instead, we will be pulling on this one, the monstrous 3-character warp tab. And so we're going to be pulling on Kafka, because I already have her, and I would love to get some Eidolons for her. Even though I don't really use her all that much. But, you know, mother and all that. So we did win the 50-50. And we only have 10 pulls. We shouldn't even have 10, but I pulled on the wrong banner on Jiao Chao's by accident. So we're gonna try not to do that this time. So this would be 20. And we're hoping desperately that we get some Moza Eidolons. Keep wanting to say constellations. Genshin will haunt me for the rest of the time. Well, I have a fully maxed out Asta, so I do not need that one. Who's the other person on this? Luca? Brief moment. Let me check how many of him, if he's close to being maxed out. No, Luca's fully maxed out as well. Really the only character on there I don't have is Moza. So, back here. Alright, so this will put me at 30. A Moza would be amazing. Please and thank you. Hello, Luca. Hopefully that means I'll get a Moza next, because we've had Asta and Luca now. Alright, so that was 30, so this should be 40. Another Luca. $50. We just want a Moza. Truly. Another Asta. I have 10 more pulls. It's gonna put me at 60. And I have not gotten a Moza yet. This is like Kave all over again. Well, we definitely didn't hit a 5-star. Can you take pity on me and give me a Moza, though? Another Asta. This is unfair. Look at this. 50 pulls in, no Moza. I got 3 Astas and 2 Lucas, I believe, though. Huh. And that gives us that ticket, and we can go into the standard banner now. And let's see. Standard banner, we are at 23. So, not expecting much. This would be 33. Okay. And then let's look at your options. So with these guys, the options for the month are Shushong, and then Qingchui. So, if you want to buy these, I guess we will have to try again next time. So sad, so sad. Alright, let's see. Just want that red dot to go away. Oh yeah, achievements. Defeat Stagnant Shadow 400 times, and clear Forgotten Hole Memory of Xianzhou Stage 6. Oh yeah, I fully forgot about that. Defeat 10 enemies with a technique break. I fully forgot about that. Where is it? Here. No. Here. So when you are... Here it is. So in the Forgotten Hall, I was able to get the Xianzhou section up to, pretty far. Like halfway there, I think. Oh. Little over half. Like, yeah, I literally am just missing the 1 star on the last one. The one I got halfway there is this one. I was not able to get any stars on level 7, but I was able to get almost this one fully done. That's cool. Serval's here, apparently. And we have some messages from Dr. Ratio. Okay. How is testing the Divergent Universe? The human comedy. Oh. I wonder if that also might have something to do with people wondering if he might be, part of the morning actors. Screwlium surprised me. His kingly qualities indeed mean he's more open to accepting external suggestions, unlike other geniuses. In my spare time, I've compiled a new batch of data as an iterative sample for this version of the Divergent Universe. I'll send you a copy. Think of it as practice material for a test. On it. I love learning. By the way, how long would it take to finish reading the document? Conservatively, just 1 amber era. The equations allow you to experience different lives. It's not about making you become someone, but for you to have a clear idea of where you want to go. Even if the genius's research doesn't concern you, you shouldn't stop pondering the subject of life. Don't worry, for users such as yourself, just reading the literature, there we go, review and the conclusion sections will suffice. Not even Screwlum will read through this verbose document word by word. You are the partner Screwlum mentioned? Screwlum is trying to understand and resolve the differences and conflicts among intelligent life forms. I only provided him with some materials and advice during the academic exchanges. As for partner, that's just him overstating my contribution. He thinks highly of you, yet you declined his invitation. Why? Geniuses are like stars. The value they create can illuminate an entire planetary system. The mundane is always trying to follow their footsteps, only to be blinded and become lost. He has his topics, I have mine. One needs to walk their own path. This is true for both you and me. Fun. Alright, so let us get started. So last time when we were working on this, we were able, what is his name? I want to say Hulu, and that's fully wrong. The Wolf King, or whatever he is, escaped prison. He is the enemy of the Foxians, and our poor Jiao Chao has been taken captive and is trying to stall for time to be able to find a weakness, and so he is stuck with the wolf people. The war dance is coming up, and it looks like this was vaguely, questionably part of the plan to flush out any further hidden entities in the Xianzhou. Xianzhou Lafu, since the Xianzhou is the collective.
It's still early. Where to now?
Come on in.
After the shackling prison break on Starship Haven streets.
Seriously? When is this war dance going to start? The Sky Splitter has been hovering there for ages. When can we board and see what's inside?
Is this how long-life species live? Everything proceeds so slowly. The effectiveness of anticipation in my emotional center is at an all-time high. Oh, I need to drink some coolant.
Relax. The Realm Keeping Commission will send boarding notices to all ticket holders. The Gazette said the Sky Splitter will fire a salute before the ceremony starts.
I saw the schedule for the first day of the tournament. Can you believe the Ringmaster accepted 4 challenges? And he's just a kid. So, who are you betting on, Bardo?
Over there in like the ringmaster in question.
I'm betting on neither. I lost all my credits betting on Roboball games in Taikian. This time, I've decided not to rely on probability games to accomplish my target of getting rich.
War dance. Here you
I'm
are.
here.
I heard you and Mr. Dan Heng went to meet the judges, and then a riot broke out in the shackling prison. I was so worried about you. Thank goodness you both made it out safe.
Discuss what happened. It's like, if you need a recap.
There was a revolt in the shackling prison. Fortunately, we were protected by the guards until the Cloud Knights arrived to rescue us.
I like how general they made it, as if we did not do a bunch of stuff in the meantime, but alright.
I was planning to take Miss March and Yun Li to Stargazer Navalia to see the Sky Splitter up close, but we stumbled upon a group of suspicious Foxians carrying official identities. They were acting strange, so out of curiosity, we decided to follow them. It turns out they were actually Borisin disguised as Foxians. It seems they infiltrated Stargazer Navalia in order to prepare for Hulei's escape. And we foiled their plans by pure chance. I wonder who provided them with those disguises, and how many more Borisin have taken advantage of the war dance to infiltrate the ship. Yeah, I heard them too. But I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint them. I've already reported to General Jing Yuan that I'll give up my role as the Ringmaster. The security of the Lafu is more important to me than anything else. I need to fulfill my duties as a Cloud Knight Lieutenant before taking on the honor of being a Ringmaster. Those tourists just want to see some good sword fights. Anyone can participate in this kind of tournament. Doesn't have to be me. The real challenge lies beyond the ring on the Sky Splitter. If we don't capture the fugitives soon, Hulei will wreak havoc. Obviously, there's someone behind the scenes orchestrating this prison break, intending to spread chaos. If we fail to thwart their evil plan, what honor will be left for us to uphold?
Well said. You may be tiny in stature, but your ambition matches that of the Yao Qing's warriors.
Hey, this has nothing to do with my height.
Yes, I suggested to Yanqing that we find a place to have a decent meal. A hunter must be well fed before the hunt.
You still have a good appetite, even in the face of disaster. You truly are the Merlin's Claw. Please finish the food quickly so we can get to work, General Feixiao.
Well, that's not up to me. Dig in. I called you here so you could enjoy the food.
She's less concerned than I thought, or at least presenting a less concerned appearance than I thought she would be, considering Jiao Chao is currently being held captive.
Me? This isn't the time for a leisurely meal, and this is way too much for me.
Oh. You'd give me time to enjoy a meal, but not yourself? Ever since you encountered those Borison spies, you've been so busy that you've hardly eaten anything. You can't defeat Hule on an empty stomach. Take your time. Enjoy the meal and calm yourself.
Hule's whereabouts are still unknown, and they've even taken Mr. Jiao Cho hostage. The longer we wait, the more complicated the situation becomes.
Jiao Cho always said I'm the most impatient person among the Cloud Knights, and I can't argue with that. So, there's no reason for you to be more anxious than me. I've fought against Borison abominations for years, and I know their ferocity and cunning well. The Borison were clearly well prepared for this prison break, and now they are staying in the shadows. They have no reason to rush out into the open. When facing cunning and ferocious prey, the hunter must be more patient, biding their time to seize the golden chance for a decisive blow. Once Hule loses his patience and reveals himself, that's when we'll strike.
But when will that time come?
Like I said, it's only one meal away.
I don't know if I'd be willing to eat mandu, or whichever form of steamed bun that is.
General Hua Yan, the Skyfaring Commission has finished its preparations. Do you have any other instructions?
Any kind of steamed bun prior to having to do a fight. Feels like that would leave a lot of grease in your stomach.
Representing the consensus between the Merlin's Claw and the Divine Foresight, I'll step in as the temporary commanding officer of the seat of Divine Foresight and oversee the Six Commission's affairs on the Luofu.
What is the situation at the shackling prison?
Hule made a quick escape and even sealed the gates of the prison. As of now, the Cloud Knights have re-established contact with the staff inside. The good news is the two Nameless who were trapped in the shackling prison are safe and sound.
I know I shouldn't use the word great given the current situation, but I'm relieved that he and Dan Heng are safe.
We've lost contact with one of the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. The Borison have likely taken him hostage. Don't worry, Yuko. Fei Shao is leading the wolf hunt operation, and you know how capable she is.
I have no doubt about General Fei Shao's capabilities, General Hua Yan. I'm more concerned about the Wardens. According to the plan, the ceremony will begin in 6 hours. The Sky Splitter will be activated, and all visitors will board the ship to watch the contest. But now, with Hule's whereabouts unknown, everything is filled with uncertainty.
March is right, Grandpa. I heard the escaped prisoner from the shackling prison is beyond formidable. In case anything goes wrong...
So, Yun-Li, what do you think we should do?
Well... I believe we should declare martial law and allocate manpower to search for the escaped prisoners. And as for the war dance, it's better to announce an indefinite delay for now.
Your plan sounds solid, but unfortunately solid plans rarely get a chance to be implemented. I believe there are at least 2 parties who won't accept your approach. The first are the many travelers who have come all the way here for the war dance. If we declare martial law now, it's like declaring that the Luofu isn't safe. How do you think the outsiders would react? They'd be terrified, and chaos might ensue. The second party is the staff of the Xianzhou Luofu's 6 commissions. They've invested a lot of resources and manpower into organizing the war dance. Suddenly suspending it indefinitely would create numerous challenges for them. But of course, not everyone disagrees with your idea.
Really?
The mastermind behind this incident would fully support your opinion, presumably. Hule's escape and your discovery of Borison's spies at Stargazer Navalia. Even a child could guess that these events were orchestrated. The fugitive is just one piece in the game. The one controlling the pieces wants to spread chaos and suspicion among the people on the Lawfu. If we declare martial law and postpone the war dance, we'll fall into their trap and instill fear in people even before Hule actually does anything.
So, what do we do?
We'll search for the prisoners while maintaining order on the Lawfu, acting as if nothing has happened.
As if nothing has happened? Yan Qing said he'd assist the generals, and now he's nowhere to be found. With the host ringmaster gone, how are we supposed to act like nothing has happened?
That's why I called the two of you here.
Master Yunli, is General Huaiyan asking you to be the ringmaster instead of Yan Qing?
No, that's not the case.
General Huaiyan, are you asking me to take Yan Qing's place as the ringmaster?
You caught on quickly, Miss March. That's exactly what I mean.
Oh my gosh, I was like, I saw that as the first option, and I'm like, there's no possible way. And then it's like, nope, there is apparently.
But Miss March is a guest invited by General Jing Yuan, Grandpa. How can an outsider represent the Lawfu in the ring? It will make the Xianzhou Lawfu a laughingstock.
Dear child, the nameless of the Astral Express are renowned throughout the cosmos. It's an honor to have them participate in the ceremony. Plus, Miss March is a disciple of the little Cloud Knight Lieutenant. How can she be regarded as an outsider?
We do follow through with this question of like, why do you all continue to make us, the nameless, I mean, participate in cleaning up your all's messes? Like, I get the general idea is like, oh, now they're gonna owe us a huge favor, but like, this is like a lot to assume that we're just going to be all for helping.
We can't afford to have any problems during the war dance. I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the Sky Splitter.
Also, wouldn't it make the most sense to ask Dan Heng to be the ringmaster? Because Dan Heng is originally from the Lawfu, so he has that tie, but he's also a nameless.
Yukong, please explain to them the rest of the arrangements.
Ooh, Lingsha's POV. 3 dual hours before the war dance convenes in the shackling prison.
I am sorry for our improper management, and I truly appreciate your assistance, General.
There is no need to apologize. We Cloud Knights fight on the battlefield while you judges punish the criminals. We are two sides of the same Xianzhou Luofu, and it is my honor to serve the Ten Lords' commission. I've grasped the situation of the prison break. Now tell me more about the current state of the shackling prison.
Borison infiltrated the prison in disguise and released the prisoners, spreading chaos. Among the judges on duty in the 4 divisions, Judge Shui from the detention division was killed, and is temporarily unavailable. So, I'm taking over her duties and commanding Arumaton spectral envoys and spiritfarers to quickly restore order in the affected areas.
I, and the 2 behind me, will go deeper into the prison to investigate.
But, General, the situation inside is still chaotic and perilous. Your presence would be...
It's common for Cloud Knight generals to face danger directly. Hule has escaped, and the Yao Qing envoy is being held hostage by the Borison. His fate is unknown. This is a grave matter. Not only did the Merlin's Claw offer no reproach, she decided to go after Hule herself to prevent further calamity. I believe the Luofu owes her something in return for her fervent determination.
I mean, also the fact that Hule was able to escape because the Merlin Claw and her envoy wanted Hule moved to their ship, so they would not have been able to access that part of the prison that easily had they not been here.
How did the infiltrators learn about the location where Hule was held? And how did they time their plan just before the Yaoqing messengers were ready to escort him? Finding the answer to these questions shouldn't be too difficult. What truly matters is if we can gather the clues that lead us to the mastermind behind all of this.
I understand, but I'm afraid it won't be an easy task.
For a long time, this hidden force has been pursuing their own goals and undermining the security of the Luofu. Backing down now will only encourage them to further endanger the peace here.
The Ten Lords Commission will support your decision with everything we have, General.
Dan Heng and Ling Sha. I'll need both of you to accompany me on this challenging journey.
Well, it's part of my responsibilities as the Cauldron Master. So, where would you like to start?
Let's start with those Borisin disguised as Foxians.
My people have already prepared the evidence.
I guess this is a little preview on getting to use Lingsha.
According to Lieutenant Yenqing's report, he stumbled upon a few suspicious Foxians at Stargazer Navalia. After following them, he discovered that they were actually Borisin in disguise. This is one of the bodies.
Looking at him now, it's hard to imagine how he transformed into a Foxian.
My alchemists detected some complex ingredients in his remains, which might explain how these Borisin were able to disguise themselves as Foxians. Simply put, Foxians and Borisin share a common ancestry. Although they look completely different now, there isn't much genetic difference between them. This medicine allows Borisin to temporarily change their shape into that of Foxians.
So, in other words, if they stop taking the medicine, their true form will soon be revealed?
Indeed. This means that these Borisin have a steady supply of the medicine within the Luofu. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Looks like the Alchemy Commission is involved once again. When I was sorting through the prescriptions they used, I came across one called Semblance Reversion Essence. It's designed to help those disciples suppress signs of their Mara-struck forms and maintain their normal appearance. When I compared it to the medicine found in the Borisin's body...
They're one and the same, aren't they?
The medicinal properties and ingredients may differ, but the principle remains the same.
Since ancient times, the Borisin have always sought to have more powerful bodies, regarding the Foxians as weaklings. Yet, in order to save their warhead, they were willing to disguise themselves as Foxians. Their determination is quite remarkable.
If these infiltrators rely on the medicine to maintain their disguise, then following this lead in our investigation seems prudent. Please follow me. Here we are. According to the judge, this area is not yet under control, so we should proceed cautiously. I've captured the nature of the medicine in my sensor. By following the medicinal fumes, we should be able to retrace the steps of the disguised Borisin.
A prison guard is collapsed on the ground, her body twisted unnaturally.
Incredible strength. The attacker shattered this warden's bones with a single blow.
Such brute strength is not something an ordinary Borisin possesses. This is likely the work of Hule.
If I may be so bold to ask, is this Borisin truly that formidable?
I have lived a bit longer and engaged in a few more battles than you, Miss Lingshaw. To the Alliance, Borisin have always been the most formidable adversaries. And Hule is a monster feared even among his own kind. his strength, Hule united numerous Borisan pacts, forming a grand army of abominations of abundance. They constantly pushed the Alliance's armies into perilous positions. Over 7 centuries ago, I followed my mentor on a campaign against the abominations. And I personally witnessed the devastation on the battlefield after Hule appeared. Even with medicinal pellets that suppress the fear caused by his lupitoxin, countless Cloud Knights succumbed to panic in the face of his murderous aura. They couldn't even raise a hand in resistance. If the former sword champion hadn't immobilized Hule with her frost blade, the outcome of that fateful battle could have been very different. By the end of the battle, only a few of us remained. The crimson moon cast the sheen of blood on all. Everything I saw was painted dark red.
If that's the case, why wasn't the beast executed instead of being imprisoned? On the Xianzhou Jumi, the judges cast those unforgivable and nearly immortal abominations of abundance into the eternal flames of the stars, reducing them to ashes. Their so-called immortality is just a facade. I mean, nothing can truly defy death, can it? I just don't understand why the Luofu kept this tumor for so long, leading to the terrible situation we're facing now. But I guess I understand. The people of the Luofu are known for their kindness. Even when faced with the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, they couldn't bring themselves to cut it out. Instead, they exiled the healer, who tried to solve the problem, to the Xianzhou Jumi.
I understand if you hold grudges against me, Miss Lingshaw. I take the blame for the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. As for why Hule was only in prison, I can shed some light on that too.
I'm just a healer. I'm not familiar with the past. I'd appreciate it if you could enlighten me, General.
All right. Let me tell you more about it as we go.
They're like, instead of you having to like, I'm gonna not fight you if I don't have to. Oop. Oop, I got caught on a body. Now!
No dirty tricks, right?
Be of your body and mind.
The dead return!
Let's improvise.
I underestimated you.
Watch your head.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Dreams do come true. Let the show begin!
You stubborn one.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all!
Be of your body and mind. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Watch your head.
The dead return!
Let's improvise.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Dreams do come true. Let the show begin!
Be of your body and mind.
Let's improvise. Spend freely. All in. It'll catch up.
Yeah.
The dead return!
Okay. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, like, instead of making you sit through a 30-minute infograph, they're just like, oh, we're gonna slowly walk through the prison, and you'll get information as you go.
Did this Cloud Knight also take the medicine?
Lingsha peels open the Cloud Knight's armor and stretches out her hands.
No. This is a Borisin in disguise. A guard killed him before he could return to his original form.
All these Borisin are dressed in official attire. Besides the Cloud Knight, there were also 2 Borisin disguised as members of the Skyfaring Commission and the Artisanship Commission. Whoever is providing them with official identities must hold the position of power. Let's search elsewhere.
Okay, there are no clues over there. Ah, the Hexanexus. The prisoner is on the ground. The joy of regaining freedom and sudden shock. These 2 expressions are frozen on the pale face at the moment of death.
Someone bit open his arteries and drained almost all of his blood while he was still alive. Such a cruel and ruthless act.
Despite being a long-lived species, Borisin are actually more like predatory beasts that must feed on raw blood and flesh. I've heard that Hule was deprived of food and water in the shackling prison. It's hard to imagine how he managed to suppress his hunger for over 7 centuries. Will the hostage from the Yaoqing be able to avoid being his meal?
Such is the terrible nature of the abominations of abundance. We subjected him to the Forest of Swords to drain his life force. But in the end, his punishment turned into a test of our patience. Just like you said, Miss Lingsha. Casting a creature that can't be killed into a star would be a way to permanently get rid of it. But unfortunately...
The Foxians didn't agree to that.
Exactly. The atrocities committed by Hule went beyond mere massacres. Throughout numerous wars, we made every effort to eradicate the Borisin. But Hule, with his mysterious sorcery, turned countless Foxians into his pawns. And so the Borisin kept returning. The Foxians curse his name day and night, and they even use it to scare children into staying quiet. How could they grant a swift death to such a great sinner? I wonder if you know why Hule wasn't taken into custody by the Foxian majority Xianzhou Yaoqing, but instead imprisoned in the Xianzhou Luofu, Miss Lingsha.
As you mentioned, your mentor was an exceptional warrior and was the one who defeated Hule, an extraordinary achievement. Therefore, the Marshal placed this feral beast under the jurisdiction of the Xianzhou Luofu as an honor, I assume?
It seems you have a major misunderstanding about this arrangement, Miss Lingsha. Allow me to explain it to you.
Or are we going all the way back down to the bottom again? The wolf-shaped mech disintegrates into a pile of metal. Okay,
Yanqing told me that an IPC ship was attacked by Borisin. Is this what they were transporting on the ship?
Yes. The Artisanship Commission and Alchemy Commission conducted a joint examination and found that parts of this machine are made from specially refined Borisin biotissue. I heard the Intelligentsia Guild has been researching the biological properties of long-life species, hoping to make medical or combat-related discoveries. However, They haven't dared to cross any lines due to their so-called relationship with the Alliance.
Perhaps to those scholars, Borisin are no different from lab animals. Maybe the Borisin attacked that ship to retaliate against the Intelligentsia Guild for experimenting on them?
No. If it were only about revenge, they could just wreck the ship and destroy all the cargo, instead of allowing it to end up in the shackling prison. It was a deliberate display to showcase the dangerous nature of the cargo in broad daylight. This way, the cargo would end up in the shackling prison, serving as a tool for the prison break.
This skill in exploiting the blind spots of others' mindsets is so atypical of them. I'm afraid the IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild unknowingly became their accomplices.
Something seems to be hiding in the pile of metal on the ground, ready to move.
Watch out! This thing is still alive! Generate even after suffering such severe attacks?
Their imitation of long-life species has crossed the line.
They're still the same.
Time to cleanse the filth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Dreams do come true. Let the show begin!
Be of your body and mind.
Let's improvise.
Time to cleanse the filth.
The dead return! If it can still move, it means it wasn't damaged enough.
Dreams do come true.
Let's make sure it never moves again.
Watch your head.
The giant machine goes silent again, like a wounded beast drained of blood. It can no longer move.
You haven't answered my question about why Hulei was imprisoned in the Lafu instead of the Yaoqing, General. You've been reserved in your response. Could it be that such an arrangement wasn't an honor?
The reason why the Marshal didn't leave Hulei on the Yaoqing lies in the very mech in front of us.
Are you suggesting that there are people trying to understand Hulei's secrets and use them for their own purposes? Just like with this mech? Well, I understand. I've heard that the Foxians on the Yaoqing share a bloodline with the Borisin. And just like the Borisin, some of the Foxians there experience an uncontrollable insanity called moon rage. The Marshal believed that this would be inhumane and no different from what the Borisin did, so...
Exactly. While Borisin see moon rage as a blessing that unlocks their true potential, Foxians see it as an inevitable curse within their bloodline. Countless healers of the Yaoqing have attempted to unravel this mystery, but to no avail. Why can Borisin control the power of moon rage? Can we Foxians break free from this curse? These questions were asked frequently. Each questioner had good intentions. But the road to catastrophe is paved with good intentions. To the Foxians of the Yaoqing, Hulei was not only the warhead of the Borisin, but also a monster that could be the subject of much research. Hulei thus became a poison that corrupted people's minds without their knowing.
That's why the Marshal decided to imprison Hulei and the Lafu. It wasn't an honor, but rather a warning.
Because such selfish pursuits in the name of good intentions once led to a tragedy on the Lafu that served as a warning to future generations.
This edition of Imbibitor Lunae.
I'm right here, y'all.
By imprisoning Hulei and the Xianzhou Lafu, the Marshal both suppressed the dangerous intentions of the Yaoqing Foxians and warned the Xianzhou Lafu to refrain from repeating its mistake.
That was a necessary trade-off. The Xianzhou Alliance is not solely about the Xianzhou natives. Only when all three races Foxian, Videodora, and Cienjo natives form an alliance, will there be a promising future for all.
Thank you for enlightening me. Was it for the same reason that you traded off my mentor to the Xianzhou Zhuming, only to stand idle and allow the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus?
You said that I couldn't bear to cut out the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, but instead exiled the healer who tried to solve the problem to the Xianzhou Zhuming. But did your mentor tell you her good intentions led her to perform certain healing arts on Dun Hung, who had just finished his hatching rebirth, so that he would regain the memories of his past life?
What did you just say?
She believed that restoring the High Elder's knowledge of his past life would allow the Videodora to resume their duty as the guardians of the Ambrosial Arbor, quelling the strife within their clan and bringing everything back on the right path. But just as I mentioned earlier, the road to catastrophe is always paved with good intentions. Since then, the 6 charioteers decided that the Alchemy Commission would no longer have a cauldron master. Until your arrival now.
If that's the case, I should thank you for protecting my mentor by exiling her, General.
Quite the contrary. I should be the one thanking you.
Thanking me?
All I ever want is to have a clear conscience. However, can long-life species truly achieve that goal in their long-drawn lives? For example, you were implicated along with your mentor and forced to leave your homeland without knowing the truth. And now, with the complicated situation in the Alchemy Commission, the Alliance has spared me a lot of trouble by sending you to handle this challenging task. Shouldn't I be thanking you instead?
Your eloquence is indeed impressive, the divine foresight. You won't even leave me any excuses to hold a grudge against you, but let me make it clear. The Alliance sent me here to handle the business impartially, not to choose sides.
It doesn't matter which side you choose, Miss Lingshaw. At the end of the day, both you and I stand on the side of the Alliance, don't we? Let's keep going.
Just want to make sure I'm not missing any clues along the way. These Stray E's bodies still down here. A mess of bodies. A fierce battle must have been fought here.
These Mara-struck soldiers don't appear to be escaped prisoners.
How can you tell?
These soldiers are fully armed. Obviously, they didn't hastily join the battle.
The messenger named Moza did say that there were 2 groups of attackers. And the other attackers, aside from the Borison, could hide their tracks. I believe he was referring to these people.
Hide their tracks?
Exactly. I've engaged with these attackers before, and they used Cloud Hymn magic to hide their presence. Without careful observation, no one can detect them.
You once warned me to be cautious of the Videodora Elder's influence within the Alchemy Commission. Could it be?
What's on your mind, Miss Lingshaw?
Well, it seems that someone provided the attackers with a map of the shackling prison. And considering the Videodora's involvement in the prison's construction, it raises suspicion about their role in this. Additionally, the fact that the Borison need medicine to disguise themselves would suggest that there are still moles within the Alchemy Commission assisting them covertly. Moreover, forging official identities for the undercover Borison would require someone with significant authority. And the presence of assassins capable of using Cloud Hymn magic deepens my suspicion about the Preceptors. But why would the Videodora collude with the Borison and aid in Hulei's escape?
Her heel is up off the ground.
They aim to spread chaos. They believe that only in chaos can they regain their former power and influence. Since this edition of Imbibe de Lunae, the once proud dragon race has been powerless, watching their influence wane. Being a native of the Luofu, Miss Ling Sha, I believe you understand the implications.
However, I don't think the Preceptors are the true masterminds. If I'm not mistaken, the one behind all this treachery is the Lord Ravager who exploited the weaknesses within the Luofu and instigated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, ultimately leading to the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection. Fentilia.
Please remember, General, that everything I've mentioned is mere speculation. We need concrete evidence for a public trial. If you want to interrogate someone within the Videodara's ranks, you'll need irrefutable proof.
So, what's your plan, Miss Ling Sha?
I'll send an invitation to the Preceptors.
An invitation?
The Preceptors have been inviting me for a personal meeting since my arrival on the Luofu. Now, I'll send them the remains of these Mara-struck soldiers and the route map I found in the prisoner's possession. Then, I'll ask them to meet me at Scale Gorge Waterscape. I'd like to hear their explanations.
Good idea. If I were to take action, it might alert the true mastermind. I trust you to handle this matter, Miss Ling Sha. The internal affairs of the Videodara should remain under their jurisdiction. And don't worry if things don't go smoothly. Once the wolf hunt operation is over, the hidden truths will come to light.
Speaking of the wolf hunt operation, I'm truly worried about the Yaoqing messenger who was taken hostage. Hulei was starving in the shackling prison for centuries. I don't know if the messenger can survive in that wolf's clutches. May Rainbow's blessing keep him safe.
We switch. 2 duel hours before the war dance convenes Exalting Sanctum.
As I said, I'm a healer. But my art of healing requires the culinary arts to be truly effective. The magic of my cauldron is its ability to make all kinds of medicines into dishes that patients can eat. When simmered and cooked together, any kind of medicinal herb or ingredient becomes a delightful delicacy.
Delicacy. But isn't that just one flavor overpowering the others?
Well, you have a point. Let me ask you this. If there's a fussy child who refuses to eat green peppers, what's the best way to make him eat them?
Stuff the kid's mouth with the green peppers and cook him alive in a pot.
You have quite the sense of humor. I've heard that you, Borisin, have lost many of your taste buds during the self-modification process, so you can't experience complex flavors. Only the saltiness of blood and flesh truly awakens your appetite.
It's a shame I don't have any green peppers right now. Otherwise, I'd happily stuff them into your mouth and cook you alive in a pot.
Why is this conversation so weird?
I'm just kidding. The answer is quite simple. Chop up the peppers and mix them with minced meat to make meatballs. This way, the flavor of the meat overpowers the taste of the peppers. And even a fussy child can enjoy them.
Can I just boil your tongue in this hot pot? I know you're trying to buy time until someone comes to your rescue. You said that Jin Liu recently returned to the Luofu, right? Well, she did come back. But, unfortunately, I also found out that she committed serious crimes and was escorted to another Xianzhou ship. Do you really think you can delay our departure by provoking Lord Hulei's desire for revenge with your clever little tongue? You see Borisin as savages who know nothing about the Xianzhou. But in fact, we know all about your tracking tricks. Like the jade abacus you're carrying, and the side cranes in the sky. The more hope you hold in your heart, the greater your pain will be when death comes. I wonder if you can maintain your composure when I tear your throat open.
His composure is only a temporary effect of the medicine. And it will wear off soon, right?
Lord Hule.
Oh, you pathetic Foxians. For thousands of years, we were the ones who allowed you to live, and who granted you civilization. But in the end, you chose to betray us for the freedom promised by the Xianzhou people. But it's all right. As long as you catch the scent of your masters, you obediently return to us. No matter how far you run away.
Hule, have you ever wondered why it took them 7 centuries to come to your rescue? The Borison's era has long passed. Did they ever tell you these harsh facts before giving you hope for returning home? Lord Hule, now they're being crushed by the Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing, by a Foxian. They're hiding in remote corners of the cosmos, trembling with fear like a wounded beast on its last legs, reaching out desperately for any fake hope of salvation, which in this case is you.
The Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing. A Foxian? Very interesting. Tell me, Moktok, is he speaking the truth?
He isn't lying. That lowly beast was a war slave who ran away from our pack. Cannon fodder, a thief! She stole our power and used her knowledge about us to fight us, using every dirty trick in the book!
And she bested you, Moktok. Fairness is but a pathetic excuse for the dead and defeated. Since our great pack has fallen apart, who told you that I was alive? And who sent you here?
In our darkest hours, it was a prophet of the Master of Immortality, named Mongus, who showed us the way. Her guidance brought us hope.
This prophet, Mongus, what does she want?
The prophet made this proclamation. The Borison have been divided for too long, and only your return can unite all the packs, restoring us to our former glory. That's when we learned that you were still alive. It must have been a manifestation of the Master of Immortality! And the prophet told us that the Foxian general of the Yaoqing would take you to her ship during the Lafu's war dance, and that it would be our best chance to infiltrate and free you from your prison. And just as she said, we did it!
That so-called prophet lied to all of you. She just sent you here to die.
But her prophecy has come true. Our warhead is right here, with us!
Once the news about the prison break spreads, the Cloud Knights will close all the ports. You may think you've escaped the prison, but you're just trapped in another cage, known as the Law Fu.
Let me kill this unruly, lowly beast, Lord Hule! I assure you that our star skiffs will soon arrive. Right now, everyone in the Law Fu is distracted by the stupid war dance. So this will be the perfect chance to escape. Once you've returned to your territory, your revenge against the Xianzhou ships will be within reach.
Perfect chance to return to my weak and shattered pack at the mercy of a ridiculous false prophet and become a mere puppet in her clutches. Her plan is full of flaws, The only paths she has prepared for you are escape and death. Listen up. A wolf never allows itself to become prey. From now on, you'll follow my orders. Since you are so confident that the Cloud Knights will close the ports, Jiao Cho, I'm now giving you a chance to go and see it for yourself. Go to the ports, come back, and tell me what you saw.
Wait, what did you just say?
But my lord!
Would an alpha wolf ever listen to a cub mock talk?
No, I've never heard anything like that. I wasn't trying to defy your will. I will always unquestioningly follow your orders.
I'm just, like, I'm assuming he must be doing some kind of mind control, because why would Zhao Chao not just walk into the nearest public office and be like, hey, I have escaped by kidnappers. Help? What game are you playing?
Just a little pre-hunt entertainment. Don't you want to run away? You will come back. Because Foxians like you always obediently return to their masters, no matter how far they run away.
Interesting. I mean, like, even if I'm forced to return, could I not be like, I need to borrow a phone? Anything? But also, we're getting to about an hour and a half, so I will have to call it a day. So we will go back to the lovely Trailblazer. Oh, interesting. That we were in the Divine Foresight. Let me just give me that. Okay. So yeah. So that's so far. As I said, there must be some kind of mind control involved, because there's no reason why Zhao Chao would return willingly. So in a single battle, use Lingsha to keep Fu Yan on the field until victory. I'm assuming Fu Yan is the bunny that she uses in a fight. But yeah, thank you so much for staying, and like 20 minutes of just trial runs for each of the characters. We unfortunately did not get Moza, which was our big goal for today. But we can always try again next week, because I'm sure by then I'll have another 10 pull ready. And by then we might get a 5-star. Who knows? Like I said, wouldn't really mind, because I already have her, if we lose the 50-50, because that'll allow us to save up a guarantee for a new 5-star. But I hope that you all have a great rest of your day and a great week. Bye!